Alright, dude, we are live. What's up, guys? This is Dem Keys, and today we are gonna carry on working on. Um, we're gonna carry on doing socket programming in Python, and we're gonna try and get body tracking data from one machine to another. Like I'm already capturing it on another system. Now, what I want to do is I want to send it from that machine to this machine on which I'm streaming, and then we can, for the time being, we'll visualize it using OpenCV, and then eventually, once I have things a little more stable and I've set up the smoothing algorithm, then we can start moving it into Godot. Yeah, let's get started. So, yesterday, after I ended the stream, unfortunately, I was only able to stream for like, I don't know. Well, I would say I streamed for about an hour, but like, it was kind of divided because like I streamed for like 10 to 15 minutes and then my internet just cut out. And then once it came back, I started the stream again, and then I was able to stream for like 45 minutes. So yeah, I streamed for, let's say, 45 minutes yesterday. But yeah, after the stream, I wanted to look into. So okay, here's what I've been working on. This was after yesterday's stream. I looked into the blocking and unblocking thing with sockets. It seems like there's a different way of handling sockets, blocking and unblocking. It's kind of interesting because like the method that's being suggested here is you run a while loop, and within that while loop you have a try catch kind of thing going on. So you try to receive information, but at the same time you set a timeout, and it times out each time. That's literally what happens. It times out. So you have the while loop running, and you do a receive from, and it's going to time out, and then it's going to go ahead with all of this stuff. So the way that I've set it up here is I create an empty data variable, and then I run a try block. Within the try block, I'm trying to receive data from the socket over the socket. Well, trying to receive data over the network using the socket. And I want to store the information received in the data variable, right? And where except comes in is when an exception is raised. And basically what I'm doing here is I'm just letting it go forward. So like it tries to receive data, and then it fails, and then it moves forward, and then it checks here if data is null, if data is not null. And if it's not null, then that means there's some data to be dealt with, and then it'll read the data buffer part of the data package that was received. But if data is null, meaning if this failed, if it timed out, then it's just going to keep looping. It's going to loop over and over again. It's going to loop, come back, try to receive data again, and then fail, and then loop and come back. Now, throughout this whole thing, to the user, it just looks like it's the program is regularly running. But in reality, you're trying to receive data and then timing out, and then trying to receive and then timing out, and then trying to receive and then timing out. I need to see if there's a better way of doing this, because I don't entirely know if this method is okay or not. But this was one of the methods that I had seen suggested. So I'm trying this. I mean, this method works, so I'm not complaining. I do want to mess around with these two functions before we go any further with these two methods. Uh, so set timeout allows you to set, for example, okay, I have while running, right? So let's set a timeout here. So that's going to be 5 seconds. That means it's the socket is going to have a timeout of 5 seconds. If there's no response within 5 seconds, then there's going to be a timeout exception raised. And the way that we know that that's working is it's going to print looping every 5 seconds. Or, well, technically it's printing looping each time that an exception occurs. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. It breaks the loop the moment it receives some data. So that's how we'll know that data has been received. Okay, so if I run this, give it a second. Okay, so you can see there's a, oh, I don't know if you can see. My avatar is hiding it, but yeah, there is, it's running here. There's a timer run. Actually, maybe I can do this. Right. So yeah, this is how it's working. It's printing out looping every 5 seconds, so we know that it is waiting. The whole idea here basically is that it's blocking, right? Now I need to see. I think I did some experiments yesterday. Oh wait, instead of crashing this, let me try and just send in some data. I have the code already written elsewhere, so all I have to do is just send the data and it's going to receive it and the program will end. Give it a couple of seconds. I'm running it on the other system and we should be seeing the data arriving here. Yeah, there it is. So the data arrived and the script stopped. Okay, great. Awesome. Now I'd done something with set blocking yesterday. I believe, because like, okay, we can say that it's non-blocking, but the issue is that, isn't it blocking regardless? Like, it's not like it's creating a separate context and doing like async stuff. It's not like it's doing async stuff. Hold on. So let's set timeout to, actually, you know what? Let's not set a timeout. Oh, yeah, okay. So if we don't set a timeout, it's never going to time out, and then it's going to keep blocking. Well, okay, in this context, in our scenario, I don't think setting the blocking mode is necessary. But also setting it to true would make it blocking, and setting it to false would make it non-blocking. But then non-blocking, also you guys will have to excuse me if the way that I'm talking sounds a little bit weird, because it didn't occur to me until I started talking in the stream, that I think I'm coming down with a cold. But like, I mean, I feel fine so far. Just a bit of sneezing here and there, and like, you know, phlegm and stuff. So yeah. If it sounds weird the way I'm talking, or if my voice sounds weird, that's one of the reasons. Okay. So, okay, let's think about this. Set blocking. Okay, let's go to receive from socket functions. All right, so let's search for set blocking. Okay, there's the function. Right. Set blocking or non-blocking mode of the socket. If the flag is false, the socket is set to non-blocking, else to blocking mode. This method is a shorthand for certain set timeout calls. Oh, okay, hold up. Set blocking true is equivalent to set timeout none, means there's no timeout at all, which, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Set blocking false is equivalent to set timeout 0. So it is not blocking. Oh, it's not blocking because there's a timeout. And because there's this. So yeah, okay, this was one of the reasons why I got kind of confused about like how exactly we are meant to how exactly we are meant to set up this workflow, because like the workflow seemed a little weird to me. It seemed like, okay, we are given a set of tools and we have to work with those tools. Like it seemed like that kind of scenario, like, okay, we have the ability to set a timeout and we have the ability to start receiving data, which is a blocking operation, but for the sake of making it non-blocking, we run a while loop. Within the while loop, we do a try catch block, or in the case of Python, try except block, and then we basically keep the loop going through exceptions. Yeah, I don't know if this is how we are meant to do it in Python. I'm gonna have to do more research on how other people have set it up. I don't know if like we are meant to be doing it this way, or I mean, I still have to look into async stuff. As in async IO. I think I looked into it a few times before, but like I don't use it nearly as, or well, previously I didn't use it nearly as often. Now I'm gonna be using it quite a lot. I'll be using async IO. I'll be using fuck is that? Multi-process. I was thinking about something. I forgot. Well, okay. I'm planning to use async IO and multi-processing. There was something else I was thinking. Maybe it was multi-processing. So yeah, I'm planning on using both of them. Threading, maybe. That is a big maybe. Yeah, that's a big maybe. I wouldn't be going into it unless I really needed to. Besides, before going into threading, I want to see if there's already some library or some module that's built on top of the threading API to make working with multi-threading a little bit easier, because I would like to avoid going down to the lower level as much as possible. I mean, in the case of sockets, I want to go down to the lower level instead of using higher level protocols and higher level like APIs and stuff. But in the case of like threading, I would much, because like, dude, threading can get messy if you're not careful with the threading code that you're writing. You can end up with like weird race conditions that can be a little hard to debug. They can be a little hard to track down. It becomes a huge headache. So I would like to avoid it as much as possible. In fact, if I'm able to, I want to use async IO. Hold on. It says that, okay, async IO is a library to write concurrent code using async await syntax. Okay, async IO is used as a foundation for multiple Python asynchronous frameworks that provide high performance network and web servers. Wait, really? Oh yeah, there are other. Yeah, I forgot. Dude, holy shit, I forgot. There are a couple of libraries for various things. You have an HTTP server library as well. You have a socket server library. You definitely have a WebSockets library. I think maybe there's a WebRTC library as well, because WebRTC it's, from what I understand, developed by Google. Python was developed by Google. I think it still is being. I don't know. Python was developed. Hold on, let me, because I remember Python back in the day. Like, this was, dude, more than a decade ago. Believe it or not, there was the way that I had started learning Python was, I mean, I found out about Python and then I was like, okay, let me look it up, let me look into it and all that. And then I looked it up and I started watching lectures. There was a specific event. I forgot exactly what it was called, but it was some Google coding related event. I think it was Google Dev Day, Google Code Day. Let me Google let me Google the Google event. Hold on, dude. Fuck, it's becoming hard to talk. Hold on, give me a second. Let me hydrate. Yeah, let me Google that event. What was it? Google Coding Day, Google Dev Day, Google Developer Day. There was an event. I don't remember. Wait, Google Developer Day Python class. This was like years ago. Years ago. I think this was it. Yeah, Google Python class day so and so. Google develop. Was it this? I don't remember if it was this. Well, I mean, the timing checks out because like they were like close to an hour. The like you had the it was day one, and day one was divided into multiple parts, and like part one was like 50 minutes, and then part two was like somewhere between that and stuff like that. It was great because like they introduced Python in like a more general sense, like a very casual way of introducing Python. It was nice. I liked it. That's what got me into Python, and I started doing more and more Python stuff, and then eventually I started following the documentation, reading the manual and stuff to properly understand how Python works. Yeah, I think it was called. It wasn't called Google Python Class Day. I don't think it was. No, there was an event during which this was being taught. But like the date that the video that I'm looking at it on another screen, by the way. The video that I'm looking at, the date that it was uploaded, or the year I should say that it was uploaded, that kind of checks out because it was uploaded back in 2010. So this is like a good 13 years ago. And yeah, I had looked into it like way back then. I didn't get into it. I didn't get like too deep into it until a couple years later, but like that was when I had my introduction. Okay, I don't even remember why I was talking about how I got started in Python. So anyways, yeah, let's carry on with this. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I was trying to find out. Let's see the Wikipedia thing. It is developed by, well, currently it's developed by the Python Software Foundation, but I remember Google being part of it at some point. I want to know if I'm remembering right or if I'm confusing it with something else. So give me a second while I look this up. Guido van Rossum began working on Python in the late 1980s as a successor to the ABC programming language, and first released it in 1991 as Python 0.9.0. Python 2.0 was released in 2000, Python 3.0, released in 2008, was a major revision, not completely backward compatible with earlier versions. Python 2.7, released in... What? Python... Oh, okay, yeah. Python 3 was released and then I think they were still working on Python 2. Okay. So Python 2.7.18, released in 2020, was the last release of Python 2. Where did I see that it was developed by Google? Or am I just confusing it with something else? Because like I've looked at so many things at this point that like I kind of confuse multiple things. It is currently being developed and maintained by the Python, what is it? Python Software Foundation? Yeah. But where did I see the mention of Google? Let's look at the history. Give me a second while I look this up. Okay, dude, I think I might have been mistaken about it being developed by Google at some point. I don't know. Let me just Google that. Cause like it is mentioned here, like the person who made Python, their name is being mentioned. And it's mentioned that they started working on it in like the late 1980s and they kept on working on it until they stepped down back in 2018. But where did I see the thing of Google? Okay, hold on. Was Python made by Google? I mean, it's kind of silly for me to Google that now that I know that the creator was someone else. I don't know, dude, I don't know where I read it. I don't know if I'm confusing it with some other language that might have been developed by Google. And no, I'm not thinking about Go. Was Go made by Google? Hold on. Let me look that up. Go. Man, I'm confusing. Did Google make any fucking language? Let me just Google that. Did Google make any programming language? Go is an open source. The language was invented at Google by Rob Pike, Ken Thompson, and Robert something. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't remember where I had read this. That I don't remember where I had read that Google was involved in the creation of Python. Maybe I'm mistaken. But yeah, as it mentions in the Wikipedia entry or on the Wikipedia page, it was designed by Guido van Rossum. Okay, fine. Back to what I was talking about. I need to look into the libraries for various networking and web server related things, because I have seen the HTTP server library and I have set up a simple HTTP server as well. It was kind of cool actually, like learning how networking is handled when it comes to web pages. Um, maybe someday I'll revisit that again because it was kind of fun, like just setting up an HTTP server, and then you could like visit a web page, and the server would like serve up the thing, right? Um, it was interesting. I did this like years back. I don't even remember at this point what all I'd done, but I remember you could set up a HTTP server, and once you had the server running, you could send in requests for like the specific web page and stuff, and you could like get the data from it. Like it would reply back. You could give it. I believe you would be giving it GET requests, and it would reply back with web pages and stuff. But yeah, at some point I should look into the libraries that are made for various networking related things, because I feel like that might be helpful if I'm doing. I mean, eventually I'm going to be looking into like WebSocket and WebRTC and stuff like that as well, because like Godot supports both of those, I believe, out of the box. So if I want to set up a server real quick, that's a pretty decent option. Of course, I want to do it bare bones, which I will be doing, but for a bunch of other stuff that needs to be a little more structured, I can use WebSocket and WebRTC. Okay, carrying on reading this. Async I/O is often a perfect fit for I/O bound and high-level structured network code. Okay, all the more reason for me to look into it. Async I/O provides a set of high-level APIs to run Python coroutines concurrently and have full control over their execution, perform network I/O and IPC. Okay, now I'm interested. Control sub-processes, distribute tasks via queues, synchronize concurrent code. Additionally, there are low-level APIs for library and framework developers to create and manage event loops. And okay, I won't be doing that. I'll look into the higher level stuff first. What else? Oh, this directly took me to streams. Why did this directly take me to streams? Is that what that led to? The network I/O and IPC, yeah, that led me to streams. Streams are high-level async await ready Streams are high-level async await ready primitives to work with network connections. Streams allow sending and receiving data without using callbacks or low-level protocols and transports. Okay, hold on. Let's get back to this. I don't remember. How do you get a key press event in Python? Because like I know how to do it with like I could spawn an OpenCV window, and then I could listen for the event. I could listen for the key press event through that. But like if I'm running it from here, how do you hold on? Let me just Google that. Python key press. How to detect key press. So this is from back in 2014, and then there's another one in 2020, and there's 2022. Python has a keyboard module with many features. Install it, perhaps. Oh. Okay, so they're asking to install a separate package. I mean, if I have to do that, then I might as well just use OpenCV, right? So import cv2 as cv, and then let's create the window. What was it? cv.named window, I believe. I don't remember the signature. Oh, okay. There's the signature. Great. Um, yeah, let's just call it test window. Let's also get the name. Oh, by the way, an ad will be starting soon, so yeah. I just noticed that randomly. Uh, yeah, win name. That's it. And I don't think I need to set a size. The thing should just spawn. Will it spawn? I can keep the thing going. I can keep the program going, and then it'll eventually exit. At which point I can do destroy all windows, and we should be good. Now I need to see if the window opens up. I just realized you guys are not going to see the window opening up. Also, there's the ad, so I'm going to sit quiet. Actually, I'm going to hydrate. Okay, welcome back. This thing is stuck. Oh, is it stuck because of the blocking operation? Or because of something else? Oh, damn. Okay. Frame rate is kind of tanking. So I have... So you guys can't see it, but I have the window did pop up. It's kind of like frozen. But let's see what's going on here. Okay. All right. Cool. So that, I believe that was the reason. So it received the data and did its thing, and that's fine. Great. So now here I can do key equals cv.wait key. Wait key 0, and then if key is Q, then we break. Now the thing is, there's a timeout, right? The timeout is 0. The delay on wait key is also 0. So I don't know how well it's going to be receiving. I mean, I do need the timeout. Like, the timeout is definitely necessary. Okay, let's run this. So the window showed up, and I'm able to quit the thing as well. You know what? This works out. I think this works out. It just occurred to me that maybe this might be a slightly cleaner way of doing it, because this socket is not in like an infinite state of waiting. Like, it waits and then fails, waits and then fails, waits and then fails. Like, it keeps retrying. It keeps trying to get messages. Though I don't know how that impacts performance versus if we, I don't know, set up like an async kind of thing where we start the listening, and then control is returned back to the caller, and then when the message is received, then it comes back and finishes the entire function from where it left off, and then returns control back again. Basically how C# tap model works. But yeah. So, oh, another interesting thing that I found out, and this was when I was looking into how the wait key function, the wait key method works. Apparently, wait key is when the rendering actually happens. I still don't fully understand it because I haven't looked at the wait key code myself. But like I looked at other people's questions. People were asking questions. People who were using wait key on the C++ side, like who were using OpenCV on the C++ side, they were asking these questions, and they were wondering exactly when does the rendering happen. Does it happen when you do IM show, or does it happen when you do wait key? Apparently, wait key is when the rendering actually happens. Up until that point, everything else is just like preparation, which was kind of interesting to find out because like the Python documentation for OpenCV's wait key function doesn't mention anything about that. Because like from our point of view, what we know is, okay, you create an image, a mat-like object, and then you call cv.imshow and pass in that mat-like object, and then you call wait key just so you're not stuck in like an infinite loop with the window, so you have the opportunity to actually close the window or read input to do basically anything else. But yeah, okay, so now here's what I want to do. Oh, you know what we could do? I could display I could display the messages that are being received in an OpenCV window. Fuck, I could do that, dude. Yeah, yeah, let's do that. Wait, no, then you guys won't be able to see it. I mean, well, I mean, for the time being, I don't need to worry too much about. I mean, okay, anyways, I need to receive the data and then visualize it here, so I think I should worry about that more right now. So I'm gonna need to send the data. Before sending the data, I think I need to convert it to JSON before sending it. I wonder if that can negatively impact performance. Cause like I'm gonna convert it to JSON. Do I have to do that? I don't think no, I no no yeah. I think I need to. I think so. Just a second. Wait, the stream has been going for 38 minutes. So let me just check and make sure that the music is fine. The music is not fine. The music has been paused for I don't know how long. Okay, carrying on. Right. So, I need to think of how I'm going to go about this cuz like it just occurred to me that like I'm like okay, I will be sending bytes over the network, but like how do I convert from and to? Or well, how do I convert to and from? The best way I can think of is JSON, but to be honest, it might be a lot of data to send over the network. So should I try to pack the data before sending it over the network? As in, okay, so now I have two things to consider here. Which, you know what, we could actually test that out here. We could test that out during the stream to see if it is more performance friendly for me to uh, if it's more performance friendly for me to pack the data in on the other machine and then convert it to a bytes like object. As in, this is packed data. This is not like a whole, JSON representation of like the entire thing, because the entire thing has a lot more than what we need in terms of like text, characters and stuff. So yeah, what I'm trying to figure out here is, so there's two methods I can use, right? Method one is I detect the poses on the other machine. I detect the pose. I generate the pose landmarks, but then I pack all of that data into a smaller sort of object, and then I convert that into a bytes like object. And then I can send that over to this machine on the network, or over the network. And because it's going to be a smaller object, so there's going to be lesser data to send, and then I unpack the data here, right? That's one method I can take. That's one method I can use, one option I can take. The other option is and this would be much easier, but like I don't know how performance friendly it's going to be. So the other option is basically to be clear, when I said this would be easier, I mean the second option that I'm about to say. This would be easier. But yeah, the second option is I detect the pose, I generate the pose landmarks on the other machine, and then that entire list that's given to me, I just pass that through a JSON serializer, and I'm going to get like I'm going to get text, which I can then convert to a bytes like object, and then send that over. But that's going to be a lot of text, and that's also then going to be a lot of bytes, right? So I don't know if it's going to be way too much for the network to handle at once. Like, I don't know if I should be trying to pack the data down. I don't know what the limit is, like how much data, because like latency is definitely going to be a thing here. You know what? Okay, we can test out both. We can test out both methods. So before I do that, I need to, let's create a second cell here, and I need to refresh my knowledge on the JSON class that they have. I forgot what the class was even called. Let's open up a new thing here and search for JSON. Okay, so this is the JSON module. So and so is a lightweight data. Yeah, okay, I know what JSON is. JSON exposes an API familiar to users of the standard library Marshall and Pickle modules. Okay. Okay, so what are the functions that I need to be using here? I think I can also set like options for like pretty print or I don't know, skip specific fields or stuff like that. Hold on. Actually, hold on for a couple seconds more because I need to hydrate. All right. So, what are the functions I need to be looking for? So we have encoders and decoders, but those are objects. They do have like simple. They do have like simple. Oh, it's just JSON dump. So dump is for serializing, and then is load for deserializing. Yeah, load is for deserializing. Wait, deserialize FP, a dot read supporting so-and-so containing a JSON document. What if it's just text that I want to deserialize? Oh, it's load S, deserialize string. Oh, so maybe I need dump S. Yeah, it's probably dump S, not just dump. Is it just serialize object as JSON so-and-so? Oh, okay. Serialize object as a JSON formatted stream to FP. Okay, so this is if streams are involved. What about dump S? Serialize object to a JSON formatted string using the conversion table. The arguments have the same meaning as in dump. Okay, great. So let's do that. So let's import JSON. Let's create a dictionary. I believe you can also serialize dictionaries. I don't know, num01 equals 5, str equals, I don't know, sum. I forgot how you make dictionaries. Is this how you make dictionaries? Should it be this instead? Okay, what if I run this? Let's print this out. Right, so it says num01 is not defined. How do I give names? Oh, should I be doing it like this? Maybe? Is that? Oh, I think that's. Oh, all right. Okay. Oops. So that's how you do it. Great. Awesome. So that's our dictionary. Now I can do json.dump s. Okay, hold on. AJ. Let's call it that. json.dump s. What are the parameters? So the object A. Oh, can everything else just be skipped? Oh, where's the pretty print option? Is it indent? Should I specify indent? There's indent, there's separators, there's check circular. Not even sure what check circular does. I think it's indent. I think it might be indent. So let's do indent equals 4. Oh, there's going to be an error. So let's print out AJ. All right, great. So this is our JSON. What happens if I specify 8? Oh, wait, don't do that. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah. So what happens if it's an object containing another object? So let's say B can be here. Yeah, B can be another dictionary. Yeah, B can be another dictionary. Let's say sum01 1. And this can be obj01 b. So how would this be deserialized, or how would this be serialized? Okay, it does that, and it respects the indent as well. So the indent is like dependent on the current. Actually, this is not an object, is it? No, I mean it's looked at as a dictionary. Wouldn't objects also then be looked at as dictionaries? Let's create a class. Let's do class mco1. I forgot how you create classes in Python. I mean, I can just do pass, right? And then I can give whatever. So we can do C equals mco1, and then here I can start specifying anything that I want. Sum01 equals, I don't know, str. Sum02 equals 5, or let's do 10. I can add another one. Sum03 equals 3.0. And then here I can add another object, obj02, and that's going to be C. Now let's see how this gets serialized. There's an error. Give it a second. There's an error with dumps. Object type of so-and-so is not JSON serializable. Okay, now how do I make it JSON serializable? Let me Python object is not JSON serializable. How to make a class JSON serializable? You use the toJSON method. Oh, wait, yeah. Classes do have, like objects, they have a dict as in a dictionary attribute, which prints out all the members as a dictionary. So what I could do is this, and then that gives me all of the. Okay, but other than that, how do I make something? Instead of a JSON serializable class, implement a serializer method. So you just call it to serialize. Okay, this was from. Okay, very limited. If you have a dictionary, that will serialize to JSON easily. If you have so-and-so, it will still work. You're missing the so-and-so. Okay. Do you have an idea about the expected output? For example, will this do? Yeah, okay. So let's look at this. So this is a dictionary or other mapping object used to store an object's attributes. All right. Okay. Now that I have this, I mean, I could get rid of indent. Maybe it'll save up so I don't need to, like, I'm not using new line and tabs and stuff like that. So that would save up a little bit. Um, what would be the size of this? So let's convert this to a bytes-like object. That's a dictionary. You cannot convert a dictionary. Wait, that's not a dictionary. That's a string. Doesn't dumps return a string? Yeah, it returns a string. Okay. Uh, what's the problem? String argument without an encoding. Okay. Encoding. I just want ASCII. How do I specify ASCII? Do I just type ASCII? Is that enough? Oh, okay. That works. Great. Oh, yeah. So this is a bytes object. Now let's get the length of this, which, I mean, I could have done the same thing without bytes as well. I basically only wanted the length of this, but now that we've done this, it's fine. So this simple thing was 108 bytes. If I'm getting landmark pose information, I think I can go back to one of these and run something real quick. Okay, let's try running this. Is this gonna display a window or something? No, I got rid of the window display thing, which, okay, that's great. So the thing is running, it's gonna give me all the data that I need. It works out. So I'm trying to get the normalized landmarks. The normal, yeah, I'm trying to get the normalized landmarks. I'm trying to get the, actually, no, they're all normalized. I'm trying to get the pose landmarks, not the world landmarks. Give it a second, let it do its thing here and execute and all of that stuff. In the meantime, let me look at the code. What code is it executing? For so-and-so, it's going to try and draw. Okay, great, awesome. Okay. Okay. Right. So this detects 33 landmarks. I only need 5 landmarks. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the entire thing, and then I'll get the... was it 5 landmarks? There's the nose. There's... failed to start kernel. Why did that happen? Is something running? No, there's nothing running here. Okay, let's restart. Alright, so while it's doing its thing, let me go do something else. Actually, I need to hydrate. Give me a second. All right. Oh, let me just make sure the music is still going. Nope, music stopped. Okay, the music is gonna take a little bit because like that video is frozen for some reason. Okay, we are good now. Also, the thing has finished restarting and the cell has also executed. All right, great. So pose landmarks has a list. Pose landmarks is a list that contains another list. I still haven't fully understood what was the idea behind that, but I feel like maybe they are giving they're leaving an extra window there in case they need to add more items into the list. So they don't want to limit the thing, or maybe that's already the situation. Because like when I looked at for just for example, when I looked at I think it was face landmarks, I believe that list had multiple other lists inside, whereas this list, this pose landmarks list, has only one list inside it, and that list has a bunch of landmark objects. Hold on, what is it printing out here? This is length, and then this is landmarks. So landmark contains this. Wait a second, this just says landmark. This doesn't say normalized landmark. Oh, it's because I selected world. Okay. Yeah, that's normal. Okay, so let's get rid of a bunch of these. I don't need all of these. Let's import JSON. Then JSON. I mean, it's a list, right? And the list. Oh fuck! It's not gonna. I think I'm gonna need to construct the list myself. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna serialize properly. Uh, okay. For one thing, let's find out what the length of. No, I need to serialize it. Okay. JSON.dumps. Uh, let's do J underscore A. Detection results dot pose underscore landmarks. And then what I want to pass in here is this. And we can also do indent equals 4. Now this is probably not going to work. But if it works, I'll be surprised. Like, let's see what results we get. Because, like, I think these, like, there's objects there, right? And I don't know if those objects have, like, their own serialization methods. Yeah, there's, oh, okay, all right. Object of type normalized landmark is not JSON serializable. Okay. If that's the case, I'm going to have to iterate over the entire thing and create my own list. So let's do obj01 equals none. Actually, I could make it a list, right? An empty list. And then within that list, I'm going to make a bunch of dictionaries. Real quick, let's try and print out the pose landmark, the first one. So we are going for the first list in there and the first item in that first list. Right, so this is what we are looking at. Now, normalized landmark has a couple of fields. It has X, Y, Z, visibility, and presence. This is what I'm looking for, right? So I could, if this is an object, would this have a dictionary? Yes, it does. Okay, so I can create a list out of this. And the list can contain all the dictionaries. So for I in... Oh, what just happened? Okay, let's grab this. obj01.append. This is a fun thing about Python being a dynamic language. Like, you don't need to worry about types too much. I mean, you still kind of have to be mindful of it, but like there's so many places where you can just be lazy and careless. I mean, that has its obvious downsides as well, but like it's kind of fun. That and it's also very convenient. Anyways, so I is a list. No, I has. Wait, what is going on here? Okay, so we are iterating over the first list, which is in the pose landmarks list, right? That first list contains all of the actual normalized landmarks. So I, in each iteration, would represent each of the normalized landmarks. So what I need to do here is this. Did I miss a dot? Oh, yeah, okay. So once that is done, we should be able to do this. Let's see if it works. No, there's an error. What did I do? Oh, I'm supposed to be doing obj1. obj01. Oh, that was quick. That was quick. Okay, let's remove the indent and then get... Wait. obj01 str. We can place this in here, and now we don't need this. And now we can just do... Yeah, so what I'm trying to find out is what is the length of this data. And I want to remove... Okay, so this is a little over 4 KB. So each time I'm going to be sending a little over 4 KB of data. Actually, no, wait, that's not entirely true. What if... Let's do that. Okay. I only need to do this 5 times, so I'm going to be lazy about it. Let's do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many other? So nose, left shoulder, left elbow, right elbow, left wrist, right wrist. So I have 7. So let's add another one. Okay. Oh, that's 6. Let's add another one. Okay. So at most, we're going to be looking at 5 of them, and that's 1 KB. So each time I'm going to be sending 1 KB worth of data if I use this method. I don't think that's that bad, is it? Cuz is 1 KB that bad? Is let me Google it. Is 1 KB slow to send across the network? Or rather, how much data to send to socket? Because something else I'm trying to avoid here is fragmentation. Or, well, yeah, technically fragmentation, but like the reason I'm trying to avoid that is because I don't want the thing getting broken up. If I can avoid it getting broken up, then I want to try and avoid that. Though, I mean, to be fair, if the thing gets broken up, I still have to properly understand what happens, because like even within the datagram, the data, like when you go to a level lower than the datagram, because like the datagram is on a certain OSI layer, there's layers below that as well. So there's certain protocols below that as well, which your UDP datagram is then going to go through, and then the data further gets packaged in various ways. Now, UDP packets can get lost, and that's fine. But I need to find out if pieces of a UDP packet can get lost or not. Because if the piece gets lost, the entire datagram is useless. Because it's going to give corrupted data. Hold on. Let me... How do I do this? Wait. Right. So here we have... So what I'm trying to find out here is, can the packet get lost as well? I think I need to read hold on. Packet. Let's try and read up on the entire networking layer itself. The network layer provides the means of transferring variable length network packets from a source destination to a destination from a source to a destination host via one or more networks. Within the service layering semantics of the OSI network architecture, the network layer responds to service requests from the transport layer and issues service requests to the data link layer. Okay. Functions of the network layer include connectionless communication. For example, Internet protocol is connectionless in that a data packet can travel from a sender to a recipient without the recipient having to send an acknowledgement. Connection-oriented protocols exist at other higher layers of the OSI model. Fragmentation of Internet protocol packets. The network layer is responsible for fragmentation and reassembly of IPv4 packets that are larger than the smallest MTU of all intermediate links on the packet's path to its destination. It is a function of routers to fragment packets if needed, and of hosts to reassemble them if received. Now, what I need to find out is it guaranteed that every single packet every single packet that is sent is gonna be received? Because like every single datagram that's sent is not guaranteed to be received. Which is fine if the entire datagram gets dropped, but if there's a possibility where packets, which is, fragments of the datagram, can also get lost, if that happens, it's not going to reassemble properly. If it doesn't reassemble properly, we're going to have significantly more datagrams lost. Maybe I'm just overthinking this. These systems are not that fucking primitive, dude. Maybe I'm just overthinking this. Okay, let's go back here. So we have 1,000 bytes that we have to send, at least for the time being, right? That's great. So here's what I can do. I'll receive the data. Actually, for the time being, let's try to print out the data that's being received. And then wait, how do I convert it back? Like, what happens if I okay, so that's the string. Okay, great. Let's do obj02 equals json.load_s obj01 underscore str. This can be a string, bytes, or byte array. I don't think I need to specify anything more. I forgot what the asterisk means in Python parameter asterisk. The Python asterisk can / control how to pass values to functions. Oh, there was keyword arguments and positional arguments, right? I think everything on the left side of the asterisk is positional. Okay, hold on. Let me read it. Okay, bare asterisk is used to force the caller to use named arguments. So you cannot define a function with asterisk as an argument when you have no following keyword arguments. Okay, all right, so all of those are named arguments. Okay, cool, great. Now, what would happen if I printed out this object? This is a list, right? It should decode to a list. It decoded to, oh, okay. Right. So it decoded. I I forgot that it's not gonna. I forgot that it's not gonna mention the name of the type, which is fine because I'm. I mean, I know what the type is in this scenario, and the hierarchy is not that deep. Okay, so we are able to get. This is our list, right? This is the list that the pose landmarks list contains. This is the list that's supposed to be the first item in the pose landmarks list. So when I receive this list, all I need to do is iterate over this list and read the X and Y values. Oh, dude, I have not played around with visibility and presence. Yeah, I need to see what more I can do with these values. I need to first of all see what exactly they mean. I'm sure it'll be mentioned in what is it, normalized landmarks, right? So let's look at the API. Oh, is the music still going? Yeah. Okay, let me just go into that page, click around a little bit, let YouTube see. I'm still here. Great. Awesome. Now, where was the API? Should I just use search? Okay, so what am I looking for? API, I guess. API reference. What am I looking at? Python API reference. And where exactly was normalized landmarks? I think it was under vision, maybe. So we have classes here. Okay. What are namespaces? Okay, tasks, vision. Yeah, there it is. Pose landmarker. Pose landmarker result. Is it result that I'm looking for? I think it's result. Because that contains the normalized landmark. There it is. Right now, I'm looking for landmark module dot landmark dot normalized landmark. There should be a link to this, dude. It's inconvenient otherwise. Okay, let's look this up and see what the attributes are. Did I miss the attributes? Public constructor, methods. Am I missing something here? Constructor, inherited methods. Where's the... Okay. Visibility. Okay, so are there any, like, descriptions of these? Yeah, I'm trying to find out what exactly visibility and presence mean here. Okay, let's open up landmark, I guess. Wait, that's a list of landmarks, right? Normalized landmark. Okay, so let's see if this has the answer I'm looking for. The landmark coordinates are in meters. Okay, okay. So, okay, if I had to take a guess, I would say visibility might be how well that specific landmark is visible to the camera. Which I guess if I have good lighting conditions, then it shouldn't be. I mean, I'm just guessing though. I don't know. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna spend time on this right now. Let's get back to what we were doing here. Okay, so right, so after receiving the data, I can just iterate over the list and read all of the data from it, right? And then I can visualize the whole thing. Okay, awesome, great. Well, I guess we can go up now. Okay, so here is where it's going to get a little bit complicated, because I'm going to need to have this running so it is receiving. Though, how do I make it so it's... I mean, it should like, okay, even though I've set a timeout, I mean, the timeout is 0, but like, even though I've set a timeout, it should respond as soon as it receives the message, right? Okay, here's what I can do. I can set up this thing. I can remove this from here, and I can remove, well, I can comment out this, and I can just print out the buffer. Okay, real quick. Now I'm gonna run this. Okay, and the thing is gonna be running. I'm gonna leave it running. And in the meantime, let me just edit some of the other code that I have. I think I can send it as like a while. I can send it as like an infinite loop kind of thing. But I should have a way to close it as well. So let's do named window. Let's create a window name. Test window 01. Okay, named window. Okay, great. And then while true, we send, and then we wait for input. Wait key 0. If key is ORDQ, then we break and eventually exit. Right, so this is gonna send the data infinitely, and if I've done everything right, then the moment I start this... Oh, you know what I should do? I should change... Yeah, hold on. So this is within the same loop, right? See, here's what I can do. Buff 0. Actually, let's bring it down here, I guess. Okay, buff 0 plus equals 1. We should be good. Right, so what I should be receiving here is data, a list of 3 values, but the first value is going to be constantly incrementing. Now let's see if that happens here. So the thing is starting up. Okay, it started. It's not sending the data though. What did I just run? Yeah, I ran the right thing. Send bytes so and so, so and so. Okay, there's an ad playing. I'm gonna take this chance to hydrate. Welcome back. Now I'm trying to figure out why this didn't work. Okay, something is wrong here.
إعلانات وتنزيل فيديوهات بحيث يمكنك مشاهدة برامج الطهي وأنت تأكل في الطائرة. جرب مثالا
So
واحدا
it is
مجانا.
sending. Okay. So I had to close the thing to try and understand why it is not like, okay. It was working previously, right, when I had this. Okay, so let's run that. And then let's run this. Nope, it is not working. Okay, let's find out what is going on here. Should we maybe try another port? Okay, so let's have that running. All right, so the thing is running. Nope. Still nothing. What's going on? What changed all of a sudden? Let's find out. So let's disable all of the OpenCV related things. Okay. And now let's run this. Still nothing. What am I doing? What am I doing wrong here? I'm just gonna check something real quick. Okay. That is not the problem. Oh shit, I just realized this is now stuck and because there's no way to stop this unless I restart the kernel. Okay, what changed here? What did I change exactly that made it so this is not... Oh wait, there's a stop button here, right? Is this a stop button? Can I just stop this? Okay, alright. I never paid attention to that before. I would usually just restart the kernel. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? It doesn't seem to be connecting for some reason. It was receiving data, but it's not receiving data now. So the socket is bound to this address and this port. And then we have yeah, I'm not seeing anything wrong. What is causing this to not work? Okay, so I have this running. Oh, this is running on a different port now. So let's... I forgot to update the port here. Oh, are we good now? Okay, so the issue was... Wait, no. Are we good? Yeah, so the issue was the port. Apparently, for some reason, it stopped working. So, yeah, we can just let that go. What else did I need to do? Yeah, I need to create the window. I need to change this so it continuously prints whatever it's receiving. Actually, I don't need it to be an infinite loop. On the client side. On the server side, yes, I do need it to be an infinite loop. But on the client side, it just occurred to me that I don't need to make it an infinite loop. I am waiting for key presses anyways, so I could just, well, look for another key. So elif key equals ord. We can do a, then send the data. Actually, then we also put this one here. Okay, cool. So now I'm sending the data. I don't know if I'm sending the data. Okay, let's add a print. Print sent buff. I forgot how you do for man, juggling between these languages, I forget how you do certain things in certain languages. Because I was just using the C# method of interpolated strings. String interpolation. Okay. Okay. Literal string interpolation is with F. Okay. I guess that's okay. Cool. Done. So now I can run this. All right. So it's sent, but it's not receiving it here. All right. So that's a problem. Should I be calling socket.close at the end just so it clears up the resources? Oh fuck, I have to crash them. Okay. Okay. Now this thing is just stuck here. All right, dude. It'll close eventually. Now, why did I close this? Oh, to do this. Let's go to 9003. Also, let me just look up socket.close. Marked socket as closed. The underlying system resource is is also closed when all file objects from makefile are closed. Once that happens, all future operations on the socket object will fail. The remote end will receive no more data. Sockets are automatically closed when they are garbage collected, but it is recommended to close them explicitly or to use a with statement around them. Okay. Right, so let's try that. Okay. After this is done, we call socket.close. Does socket.close have any parameters? No, it doesn't. Okay. Right, so we run this. Hold on, what? It ran and stopped. Okay, that was weird. All right, let's run it. It is running and it is 9003. So let's change that as well. Oh, crap. I think I just realized what I did wrong. Hold on. So 9003. Okay, so it has sent data, but the data is not being received here. Also, what I thought I did wrong, that wasn't the case. Let's try it again though. Let's see if it works this time. Okay, so it is trying to send. I mean, it's saying here that it's sent, but oh, there's an error. Bytes must be in range, so and so. Oh, it's a byte array. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So let's run that again. Oh. Okay. This is not working. By the way, is the music still going? Let's just click around on the page. Okay. Now, what is the issue here? So it's trying to receive data. Or it should be trying to receive data. But it's not receiving the data. Okay. Here's what I want to try. I'm going to close VS Code and open it up again. Just in case there's like some weird connection issues with the socket. Because I think I've had something like this happen previously as well. Though where I had it happen was in C#, and there it would actually give an error. It would say that so and so endpoint cannot be you cannot bind to it or cannot connect to it or something like that. And that would usually happen when I would be reusing ports too fast. Like in between executions, I would be, well, not in between, during executions, but like the time between the executions was way too less. So I think it wasn't freeing up resources fast enough. So let me restart VS Code. All right. Okay. I think I can switch back now. Oh, I need to restart. I mean, not restart. I need to show the editor again. So let's do that. And now we can show. Okay, cool. Great. Now give it a couple of seconds while it does its whole thing. Give it a give it a short while more. I also need to, I believe I need to reactivate the environment. Okay, this is gonna take a while. You know what? I could have done some reading in the meantime. I just realized that. We could look at. Oh, wait a second. Did something show up? Nope. It is still taking some time. Okay. So, in the meantime, we can probably read up on async. So, there's a couple of things that I want to look into here. It mentioned you can run Python coroutines. Coroutines, is that the first thing in the list here? No, the first thing mentioned here is runners. What is runners? The next thing is coroutines and tasks, which is great. And then there's streams. Then there's also sub-processes. That's part of this. I wonder what is the difference between using sub-process here and using the multiprocessing module. Okay, great. So this did its thing. We're going to move over to command prompt. And okay, good. So it activated the environment for us. Now we can select. It's the one from the environment, right? Okay, great. So if everything has been done right, then we should see, or well, I should see. a window popping up, because you guys are not going to see it on stream because it's not being captured by OBS. Are we good? I don't know. Should I try again? Okay, give it a little bit. Let it finish. Oh, there it is. So the thing opened up. All right. Let me just close this and now open it up again. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to close the other one and start it up again and try to send data. It is not. It's probably sending, but it's not receiving here. And I'm not sure what is wrong. Okay, what if I did something like this? This is a little... Okay, let's keep it running. And it is just constantly sending, but nothing is being received. Okay. Okay, let me Google this. Python socket not receiving data. Let's refine it a little bit. UDP socket not receiving data. Okay. Your receiver does not bind to port so-and-so and thus will not receive on this port. How does this explain the ability to receive once? What can I change? What can I do to change it? Okay. Try to check telnet server IP so-and-so. It's most likely a firewall issue. How is it a firewall issue now? Okay, let's try a different range. Okay, let's do 8,000. Wait, isn't 9,000 for like OSC and stuff? Okay. Actually, no, I don't remember what 9,000. I don't remember what OSC's one was. I think it was 9,000, wasn't it? Anyways, let's run this. Okay, let's come back here. Change this to 8,000. Run. Nope, it is not receiving. It was receiving previously when I was sending it once, but like now it's not even doing that. What is going on, dude? Why is it suddenly not receiving? This is weird. It's weird. It's interesting because I've had similar issues in the past, and it just started working again at some point, and I wasn't able to explain what the issue was. I don't see how it can become a firewall issue all of a sudden when it wasn't a firewall issue previously. Okay, I am not sure what is going on here. Yep. I don't know. Hold on. Does the method, like, does it tell you if, does it raise an exception if the connect failed? Connect to a remote address. If the connection is interrupted by a signal, the method waits until the connection completes or raises a timeout error on timeout. If the signal handler doesn't raise an exception and the socket is blocking or has a timeout. For non-blocking sockets, the method raises an interrupted error exception if the connection is interrupted by so-and-so. Okay, what if I set it to blocking instead? Actually, if I set it to blocking, it's going to block the entire thread, won't it? Okay, let's try sending. Nope. Nope. Still nothing. Okay, I'm kind of stuck here, so I'm just gonna keep looking. See if anyone else... I mean, another person mentioned that for them it actually was a firewall issue. I'm wondering if I need to restart my system and, like, would that solve the problem? But, like, if that's the case, then I'm gonna need to end the stream. Okay. So I'm gonna keep trying to fix this. I'm kind of stuck here. I'll look up answers. I'll see what I'm able to do to fix this. It'll be kind of funny if the moment I end the stream, suddenly it starts working. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here. I'll try to stream again tomorrow. And let's see what we get up to, because I'm making more progress with this, you know, with sending and receiving data, the whole inter-process communication thing. I'm making more progress with it. Hopefully once I get this sorted out, we can start receiving data, and maybe I can do that tomorrow on stream. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys have a nice day, and I will see you all next time. Peace.